Ketchikan Ground, Golf Oscar, Oscar Sierra, Echo request taxi to the active departure to the south.
Golf Oscar, Oscar Sierra, Echo taxi to and hold short of runway 11. Contact tower on 122 decimal gate when ready.
Taxi, hold short runway 11 Oscar Sierra, Echo.
Hello there. It seems I have an assistant. It seems like I don't have controls either, so this stream starts just like yesterday's stream with a lot of problems. I'm sorry about that. Gonna try to save this one, and I actually can't save it. I think I need to redo it, remake it, but I'm gonna try it. All right. Yeah. I don't know what's going on. I think I've activated some kind of automatic function. Just try to recall how I did that. Also, I'm not able to cut the engines because it just starts over and over, so I'm not gonna be doing this. Very frustrating. One would like to start a stream without any, problems, and but that doesn't seem possible in this case, now does it? Also, I have set up a weather, so we have a little more challenges going on. But it seems like I have to remake everything. So you're going to be part of that. That ought to be fun, no? Alright, we start up with loading the flight plan. And we are aiming for Juneau, however, going from Ketchikan, and I'm not sure if we're gonna make it there on this stream, so depends on how things are working out. All right, and I'm thinking 9:30-ish in the morning, and this is the route we're gonna take. So we got a seaplane base we're gonna visit here, and another one here, although I didn't put it out, but we're gonna visit this one as well. I don't know if I can do it. Maybe I can. Yeah. No. Seems like I can't just add it. Add? There you go. It worked. All right. And then we're gonna actually wanted to visit one more on the way, so we may go into this bay over here. And I don't see any waypoints. Hang on. And these are always off, and I always want them on, so I have to change it every time. I don't know why it doesn't remember my settings. Alright, so this seems like I can't change anything with it. Because I don't see, it's just regular waypoints, I think. It's fine, I can find my way, hopefully, over here without any problems. can remove them over here, but I need to find them, so I need to figure out which one is which. All right, let's do something something like this. This is the first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that 5, 6, 7, 8? So 7, 8, 9, and 10 should be removed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. That seems like a cabin to me. Don't want to remove that one. Okay, well. Maybe there are cabins here, I'm not sure. But I'm not gonna do that because it's gonna be a lot of them. So we're gonna try to just go straight up here. It shouldn't be a big thing to although it might be a big thing because when you don't go if you're not aligned with your that was the case before. If you're not aligned with your flight plan, it might mess up the waypoints, basically. So it just getting confused over it, the system, and then you just can't reset it. And I obviously can't load a flight plan in flight for some reason. That is also a thing that's been part of this simulator for so long. And just seems like no one's notices or no one's doing anything about it. Anyway, so we're gonna fuel up at Wrangell, I think. We might have to. Then we're gonna keep going up to Petersburg. In Petersburg, after Petersburg, I'm actually planning on. Hang on. There was one place I wanted to visit on the way up to Petersburg. I think it might be this one. Or there's gonna be a lot of places to visit anyway. Seems like there is a base here, so we're gonna stop there anyway. That's fine. So either we stop and fuel here or Petersburg, depending on the amount of fuel we carry for the moment. Right. Alright, let's pop this one in here. Thomas Bay Dock. And keep going. This is interesting. In the middle of the water? One might wonder if there's a little tiny island here or something. That's gonna be interesting. And we got one in the bay over here. So this is how long we get with our fuel if we go pretty much straight. So that's why I just think that Wrangell would be the perfect place to refuel to get more more fuel, because this circle's gonna be, when I'm done, it's probably gonna be around here somewhere, like just north from Petersburg, and that's not 1 hour flight. So I'm thinking Wrangell. Then there is a place after. I just have to do this. After Petersburg, there's a little lake here. I actually used to deliver to when I flew in FSX. So we're gonna go there, and then we're gonna continue there to that possible island, maybe. This is gonna be a longer one for sure, up to Juneau. Stop here though. Taku Harbor. Add. There you go. There, possible flight plan for this flight. Let's try this. Let's put in flight conditions. Yeah, it removed the one I had, I think. Yes, it did. Doesn't matter. I can change a little inside of the game later, so I'm not gonna bother with that right now, but I'm gonna check the cargo. So I'm planning on bringing 700 pounds of cargo, except for me and my co-pilot. Yes, I am a heavy dude. There, it looks like we're really out of CG, or close to being out of CG. And we basically are. However, I haven't noticed any noticeable flight dynamic changes to the Goose. Also, I think this setting, it makes it sit better in the water because it looks more real and feels more real. So the nose tend to rise on occasions, and that's what I'm after here. Since I can't divide into slots here with the cargo, so we're just gonna not do much about it. So yeah, let's put a little more fuel in it. So around 7,500 lbs pounds out of 7,500 out of 8,000. So we all almost maximum. We have almost maximum takeoff weight, and it's gonna be fine, hopefully. Close, and we're gonna not start from the runway, but we're gonna be down at the dock in Ketchikan. Let's try this. See if we can get rid of that automatic start function that I, for some reason, activated. I don't even know how I managed to do so. Yeah. Sorry, I need to get something. Getting stuffed in my nose. There. One would like to be able to breathe. Alright, let's start here, and whoa. That's... oh, what? Oh. Let's see if the flying goes according to plan, because everything just seems to be messing with me today. It's fine. This feels a little too zoomed out. I don't like that. This setting, I've done this too, so I don't know why it doesn't remember my settings. That's very annoying, especially when you make a stream. Let's put this on 65, I think. Zoom. Yeah, and then the weather. I was setting up a little rain here, a little more humidity, and precipitation. Just a little, you know, on occasional. Kind of look, gives a more realistic look to it, with a little rain every now and then. Not too much, but sometimes. Let's try this. Right, and winds are in progress. It seems like it's a bit gusty at times. It's not even. Alright. And the time is, I think it's very off. I said 9:30-ish. That's what I said, right? There we are. Now everything seems to be right. Controls working and free. Wait. All right. Um, Battery on, generator on, nav lights. Start with that. I would love to have some instrument lights here. That would be awesome. Just don't. It seems like I don't have any. Right, beacon lights, nav lights on. Right. Tail wheel should be locked if we want to land on. Let's heat up the carburetors too. You want to land on land. Land on the runway, so. Magnetos. Both on both. There. I think mixer should be on lean at startup. Still have no checklist. I'm looking for one though. Fuel on and starting with the right tank. No, we're starting with the left way because we're a little more heavy on the left side. I am heavy. And a little more pumping with the manual fuel pump. Wobble pump? I think that's the name. Or wobbler, something wobble. Something wobbles. Oh, the light seems to be working over there, but which one is that? I don't think I... Let's see. Yeah, it works like that. Oh, that was not... Nav lights on. Right. Right, so maybe... Okay. Well, there. Maybe just... And... I would be so happy to see the gauges. I have no clue about the carburetor temps because I can see anything in... I'm supposed to have a flashlight or something? This is getting ridiculous. I totally agree. Nothing there. Lights, maybe there. Exterior, interior, nothing. Toggle lights, that's all lights. Yeah, anyway, if it would be night, the flashlight would come on automatically. But yeah, come on Microsoft, give us some lights. Either I'm really not attentive. I don't see any other switch for the lights, and they should be in handy. So this is not a rocket, this is a canoe with wings. Should be fairly simple to find things. All right, let's keep doing whatever. I'm gonna put carburetor heat on like 40-45% there, and then I'm gonna start the engine starting with number 2. Really? I already did this part. Let's try again. This is probably that bug. Oh, it worked. And engine number 1, please. There.
Ketchikan ground, Golf Oscar, Oscar Sierra, Echo ready to taxi departure to the north.
Golf Oscar Oscar Sierra Echo taxi to and hold short of runway 29er. Contact tower on 122.8 when ready.
Taxi to and hold short runway 29er Oscar Sierra Echo.
I'm not sure if I want this radio talk, but we'll see how often it happens. Yeah, so we're gonna not go for runway 29 anyway, because it looks like, or maybe we will. Hang on. Yeah, alright, we will. It's actually the best. Let's see where we're going. Landing lights on, beacon lights on, pitot heat on. Alright, I can do everything with that. I don't know if we should have this one, if it's useful. Yeah, we can have it there for a while, see if it gets disturbing. 7,000, really? Is that correct? Shouldn't it be 1,200 or something? Hey, clear. No way, alright. On. Alt. Or on. I don't remember. Alright. So we're gonna start with going up here, passing Gesti and Nilly, on Dozy, and then we're gonna land on 84K for the first cabin location for supplies and mail. That's what we're gonna be doing now with this old Goose. Okay, flaps 30, set. There. Full RPM. Mixture rich. Alright. And a little nose up trim there, and I don't know, I know I haven't done a run up, but maybe in the next stream we're doing run ups. We'll see. This is pretty awesome, I must say. Alright, how about a little lift under the wings? Let's turn into the wind. Not much seems to be happening here. Alright, there we go. Yeah, we are heavy, that's for sure. And it was quite noticeable.
You were not cleared to take off.
Oh, that's good. I thought my co-pilot did that part, but no, alright. Well, it's too late now, so I guess I missed up.
Oscar Sierra Echo, you were...
No, I know that.
Anchorage Center Golf Oscar Oscar Sierra Echo is type 1 miles south of 9er Charlie Oscar, 200 feet. Request flight following.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Sierra Echo Anchorage Center. Squawk 3063.
Squawk 3063, Oscar Sierra Echo.
Oscar Sierra Echo radar contact 1 miles west of Niner Charlie Oscar, 700 feet. Altimeter 29.2.
Roger, Oscar Sierra Echo.
Yeah, it would be cool if I actually saw the gauges. Okay, let's a little of carb heat on. It's humid, but I think we'll be good. Either way, it's not simulated anyway. So, just in my head. $21.32. Kind of like that. Seems to be right. Vertical speed. Yeah, this might be a bit hard for me. I'm not used to these old instruments that you almost don't see anyway. Not in this light. So the gyro is fairly limited. Try to level out somewhat anyway. Maybe I took on a little too much, but we'll see what's gonna be. I'm gonna leave the light on. So we might try, I don't know, depending on how this goes. We might try the other Goose, the big radial one, or big radials. I tried that yesterday, and there are a few dynamics. I tried it again yesterday. There are a few dynamics that's really messed up. For one, with no flaps extended, going really slow, just because I'm trying to raise my nose a bit in the water, it actually got airborne and kind of float like a cork vertically for a little while after falling down, turning around. It was like a stall effect, and then I just turned over to the right and crashed back into the sea. So stuff like that. I hope they get that sorted out, because I really want to fly that. That is an awesome Goose, and the engine sounds better than this one. Not that this is bad, but
maintain 2,100 feet.
sorry, cooler, and you have a little more gauges,
Descend and maintain 2,100 feet.
and I think the lighting works too, so that's positive. You have a little more options back here with cross feeding, and you can choose to get fuel from both tanks at once, both wings. Also, you can check through these windows and get a visual reference of the gears. So you see the knuckle coming up there in the window, and you know that the gears are up. So that's like a visual confirmation, and you can do it here because it's just like it's not a real window there. So I would like to tamper with that one if I could, with the script, and change a couple of things with the flight dynamics so I get a little more closer to this one, on water at least, because the other one is much harder to maneuver on water. This one is ridiculously simple to maneuver. Almost so simple that it's hard because the engine gives just too much effect in water, and you can basically turn around real fast on a dime.
Express Air 400 Airport is 12 miles at your 1 o'clock.
So we might fly that one just for fun. Also, I downloaded a skin to that one, a livery from the 1985 movie Commando with Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Express Air 400.
That Goose
Express Air 400
from the movie.
has the runway in sight.
So it's kind of cool.
400, you are 11 miles southeast of Papa Alpha Kilo Tango. Maintain present heading and altitude.
Alright,
Contact Ketchikan Tower.
let's get rid of the map for a little bit.
Maintain present heading and altitude. Tower on 122.8 Express Air 400.
It's kind of the weather is moody. It's kind of cool. I get like Uncharted vibes here with this goose, the red and white goose. Okay, we're coming around Dozy in a minute.
Express Air 600, you are 20 miles northwest. Climb and maintain 9,100 feet. Expect vectors, visual runway 29er approach.
I'm pretty sure it's these wheels that I can't turn. It goes to the gauge lighting.
Maintain 9,100 feet. Expect vectors,
I don't
visual
think there
runway
are any
29er approach.
specific
Express Air 600.
keys for that to assign. Not for the gauges. I can take a look though. It's worth checking if there actually are any. But I don't think, because I made a search about lights, so light in-flight UE panel, toggle flight assistant. Let's see. Set panel lights power setting. Lights power setting, is that it? Set panel lights power setting. Glare shield lights power setting. Cabin lights power. Oh, right. So I might be able. Let's just come up with a button for these. Um, all right, so these are probably. Wait a second. I think I actually signed these. Let's just check this one. I used this profile on the X52 with most aircraft, including 737, so hence commercial. Uh, Nav logo, landing beacon lights on, taxi light. So there are no buttons assigned, but there are other buttons assigned. So which one is which? Nothing on that, 2 on that. Button tow, alright, toggle wing lights. So nothing upwards on that one and nothing downwards. Yeah, let's take, alright, I get one that I could put. Power setting. This might be some slider actually that you need to use, so I don't know if this works. Let's try. Already use it with what? Toggle landing gear? Huh. What do you know? Okay, I don't want to mess with that. I need that. Sorry. Cancel and just gonna put something else there. But I probably already using most of it. Most of the keys there, so right. Let's try a different one then. Pedestal light, panel light. Unzoom cockpit view. I don't use that. Or do I? Yeah, it was a year ago, so I actually don't remember if I used it, but probably gonna miss it. All right. Yeah, so no input on that one. Validate, and then I'm gonna try to use the same one for everything here. Just for now to see if it starts. Yeah, validate anyway. Cabin light, no, not that one. This one. There, validate. It's actually a wheel on my throttle lever that I'm using for a button. Let's see, apply and save. Let's see if it does anything. Not a single thing. Doesn't do anything. All right. Yeah, that was a big waste of time. Winds are hard.
Alaska 60 descend and maintain 2,700 feet. Descend and maintain 2,700 feet, Alaska 60.
Do I have to listen to these guys? Right. We reached Dozy basically, so it's on that peninsula over there ahead, and it's supposed to be located. As usual, the ring disappears when I try to zoom in, so it's always a bummer. Alright, we'll just circle this area and we might find it. Sometimes you're in luck. Alright. Feels like with a little too much nose up position on the trim. Try to correct that.
Express Air 600, you are 20 miles northwest. Descend and maintain 7,700 feet. Expect vectors. Visual runway 29 or approach.
Actually, you know what? Sorry for doing this, but there. Yesterday I tried not only the big radials, Grumman, Goose, I also tried the Redux version. I probably have an old version and I can't find the new location to download the new ones from. If they have any new, I don't know. It worked, but when I landed on water it just basically got stuck for some reason, so you can't do much to get from there. So I can't use that one. Even if it's not as nice as this one, quality wise, it's still flyable and looks pretty good anyway, so it doesn't look bad. I can use it. But since I couldn't land on water, or I could land on water but I couldn't get from there, so useless. Please don't crash. Good. And I'll also have the Widgeon, G44 Widgeon, the smaller version of this airplane, basically. Alright, so there's a dock, several docks, so I guess we're going there. There are many docks here, so which one is ours? Who knows, right? Doesn't say. Alright, we're just gonna have to improvise. We go for the biggest dock and leave the supplies there. I'm sure the neighbors can help each other to get everything right. To the owners and people who live around these parts. I'm sure that's not really my concern. Just to get the stuff here. So we're gonna try to land with a tailwind, I think. It's around 6-7 knots. Gusting 3 or 4. South-southwest winds from south-southwest. That's what I set for before, so I don't remember. It might be west winds from west now, because I changed. I messed up and had to change the weather, and I didn't touch the winds this time. So by default, it's usually winds from 280 to 90 degrees. Alright, flaps 30. I hope this is right. Yesterday I landed usually with flap 60 and it's totally fine to land with 30 because my experience was it didn't skip as much, and bounce back up, so 30 is actually better than 60 to land on water. Ah, I did it again. Coming awfully close, we might have to go around. Gonna do one more try though. This is fine. This is fine. How about that? Oh shit! Sorry. Gonna have to reduce the... I forget to retract the flaps, that's why we got it airborne there for a moment. That was a little bit nasty, but I will get it right next time, I'm sure. Alright, let's see if we can get between these islands. I think every dock's supposed to be here on the right. Hum. Okay. Also got a few messages IRL that I need to check up, but we're gonna try to dock the plane first. Is that how you say it? Dock the plane? I don't know. But we have to get to the dock and park the plane. This lighting is awesome. Hi, Wolfgang Tail Chase. Sorry for missing your hello. Yeah, right. Well, aviation is kind of, wind and water is kind of connected in a way of the dynamics, so seaplane is really the connection between those two elements. I'd say it would be so much cooler if they integrated a coding for the dynamics on water as well. So I don't know if that's possible, but let's see if we can go through here. It looks a little... I might be able, but... and I have no clue how far maybe I have to go for a while, so I just... It just looked like I didn't have much space between the islands to land, not in this weather especially, so... let's go inside here, into this bay. Yeah, so we might try out the big radials Goose next time, or during this trip, depending on if I mess up or not. Because if I crash or whatever, well, then I might just start over somewhere else, and that gives an opportunity to try out the other one. But as I said, it has some weird dynamics going on there in low speeds. Also, it really doesn't handle as well on water, so you have to be really on top of things with the engines when you try to maneuver on water. And if you don't have space like here, this would be a nightmare with that one. Like, alright, we have to turn around. Yeah, but we need like much space for that. So you can't do it like you can do with this one. Let me demonstrate. Let's say we need to go 180 here on a spot. No problem, sir. Oh, you want to go back 180? Alright, 180. There you go. And yeah, you could do this quite slow actually in real life, but not this efficient. I've never seen anyone do it anyway, so I'm talking like an expert. I'm no expert by any means. Let me repeat that, but I have studied a little. I have watched seaplanes doing their thing, and that creates reference points for you. And listen to people, what they have to say, people who know. So that's what I've got. I don't have any experience whatsoever. But I have a little experience with boats, so a little of water physics I know of. The canoe. This plane, Mr. Tailchase, is the original included plane in Microsoft Flight Simulator. I don't know if you get it in the basic package. You might have to have premium for that, but I'm sure you can get it in one way or another. And it's totally flyable. It's quite fun, and it includes the basics of seaplane flying, so it's fine. There are a couple of things that they need to fix. It's the lighting on the gauges and in the cockpit. The lighting for the passengers works just fine, although I haven't found. Yeah, I need a reservation for that, for the fact that I'm totally wrong, and I just didn't find the switches. That's the landing gear, alright. So there might be switches I don't know about, and then I just would feel really stupid about doing this statement. Microsoft needs to fix their plane, and in the end it's me who needs to be fixed, right? But I haven't seen anyone, especially not among the regular electric switches. So yeah, I guess that might be the case. One more really cool thing about the big radials version, that's a third-party developer, Mr. Tailchase. They have a Goose, and I have that with the weird dynamics. You can slide these windows up, so you can open them and really hear this big engine work. And like I said, the engine sound is way better than this one. This is not bad, but it's a big difference. So that's kind of cool to open up and listen to those old radials working, doing their thing. And alright, let's see where we can dock, or try to dock. I assuming these docks don't exist, so I can't hit them basically. So I just need to find. I actually gonna keep going here and try to come around, or come from the inside here, from the left, around the corner, so I don't hit the other planes at least. On this one, yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. But I might go. Let's see. I don't have much space. All right, let's try anyway. There. I mean, it looks really cool. It's this moody feeling of rainy gray weather, and alright, I'm gonna kill the engines now for sure. And that stutter, I just hate it. And do a little pushback as a simulation for someone stopping my plane. There. That's about it. But we're gonna keep floating, so now I actually could use that little mod that I was talking about in yesterday's stream that gives a little more options in the pushback function, namely stopping the plane entirely in one position on water. So, well, let's just say that we got rid of the things, and we're going to start engine number 2 if we can, hopefully. No, because we need to do this at least once. Manual pump, we're going to hit that plane. It's really annoying. There. Yeah, almost reached it with my wingtip there. And start engine number 1. Please, start engine number 1. No, please. There you go. I think we're good. I think we're good. Alright, so I was... Yeah, sorry, I didn't follow you there. I showed you what part with the other goose? Or... What did I show you? Sorry, I just talk too much, so I tend to forget which part you... I didn't pay attention to the chat, so I don't know when you wrote that, Mr. Tailchase. Good, sir. Alright. Also let's get rid of some of my cargo, and this bug is still here. So 54%. Oh, okay, I'm not gonna do that. Not in this condition anyway. So what happens when I fiddle with the cargo? Let's say I got rid of 100 pounds of whatever here. So we are 100 pounds lighter. When I do that, when I approve of it, then the fuel resets to the state it was in before our first takeoff, basically. So why? I don't know why. But it's still there from start. It's always been there. Very frustrating. I think the only thing is just that you need to remember, and it's fine as long as you have a cross feed or whatever. You can take fuel from both wings at the same time. But in this case I can't, so I just really need to correct that. So let's say I remove 100 pounds and I also have to reset the amount of fuel I got in the present moment, because it's gonna be wrong values there, and you're gonna end up having fuel all the way. And that's a nice feature if that were the case. Yeah, the other goose. Gotcha. Might have. I repeat myself a lot, I know. Sometimes I do it because I want to, but sometimes I don't remember that I said. I know I repeatedly talked about the gooses in former streams, but for the people who didn't see that former stream, it might be news to them, so that's why I keep repeating myself sometimes. Alright, gonna check my phone. In a second, just got a message. Need to check. That's nice, alright. Someone wishing me happy Easter, so I'm gonna write back in a bit. And happy Easter to you guys as well. So I haven't tried the widgeon yet, the smaller version of the Goose. I haven't tried it like lately. I have owned it since it was on the market, but also there were a few things with the flight dynamics that I just didn't understand. You could fly it like a warbird, basically, like really intense flying, but I'm pretty sure that's not the case with that one. I think it handles basically like this, but it's lighter, so that's the difference. Grumman Widgeon G44. So I'm gonna try that one just to see if they made any changes to the dynamics, and hopefully it works. If it works like this, if you have the dynamic between this one and the big radial one, most things working, then that's gonna be the new favorite seaplane for sure. As long as this one is not corrected or the other one, big radial one. I shouldn't call it the big radial one. I think it's called JRF, or it has a weird combination of numbers that I just seem to keep forgetting. For me, the Goose is the G21 Goose, but I think the military name is different. That's why I can't remember it. All right, so we are just gonna check out where we are headed, where we need to go after this. All right, so we are actually turning 180 here. We're gonna take off to the west because I think that's where the wind comes from for the moment. All right. Flaps 30 set, mixture rich, gears up, landing light on, trim set to what is it? Should be on 1, but I'm not sure if it's correctly simulated. But from what I know, it's supposed to be on 1, nose up, like take off from water, and -1, that is nose down, for take off on land. Here we go. So if I do this, like back pressure with the other Goose, it actually floats up vertically like a cork and starts hovering a bit. Then you get a stall and then you fall down and crash into the water. That is not possible, and that's without flaps. So really, come on. So when you take off with the Goose, that's the proper procedure because of the torque of the engine. It's gonna take, gonna start to turn to the left, and it's gonna dip that float into the water, which is gonna cause even more turn to the left, and you just can't take off like that, so you just compensate with it. Ailerons. Still have trouble pronouncing ailerons. Sorry, I'm gonna be practicing that. This one anyway. So it's supposed to be all the way to the right, and you pull the stick towards you in the beginning and release it bit by bit as you pick up speed and up on the step and take off. That's the procedure I know of anyway. So this is the first Goose I actually could simulate that in, that doesn't do a lot of weird stuff. It's probably possible to fine-tune it even, so good work whoever did this plane. Finally make that thing work as close as it gets. Let's check the map. I think we're a little too far to the left. Yes, we are. We need to go more north. And then reduce to 2132, that is RPM 21, and manifold pressure, the under gauges should be on 32. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it seems right, it feels right, so that's the reference I have right now. Alright. I would have do this so much differently without a GPS. I remember starting with Flight Simulator, and I didn't want the GPS at all. I wanted to learn how to fly the old way, landmarks and wars and ADF and all that I didn't know anything about. I still don't know much about it, but I learned how to navigate that way, and it was actually a lot more fun and challenging than doing it like this with a GPS. That's not as fun, but I mean, you can still do it if you want, so you can just turn the GPS off, and if you have all the numbers and frequencies, then you're set. You can do that. I think if I get more time to do this, or give myself more time to do this, I might do one stream with that kind of, I don't even know what it's called. For me it's the old school way, but that's really not the correct way of describing it. The old school navigation without the GPS. Definitely a screenshot, don't you agree? It's a good one too. That. I need the reflections. I don't get the reflections anymore. I don't know. Yeah, the sun hide behind the clouds, so I didn't get that. All right. Pick a different one. There. There. So how are you, Mr. Tailchase? I hope you're good. Considering. Puh. Seems like it's a lot of clouds and bad visibility ahead. Maybe not under them, but that's the thing about Alaska and these weathers. You just need to stay underneath the clouds as much as possible. Clouds aren't an option. Even with the GPS, I don't think you want to do that with all the mountains areas. Lose all references. You just stay below the clouds and doing some detours just to get home or wherever you want to go. That's okay. Should be okay. All right. Let's see if we're getting close. Just yet, but we're getting closer. All right, so we're gonna go inside of this. I don't know what to call this one, but between mainland and this island. We're gonna go, and then we're gonna find a little bay there. Yeah, not to be confused with this one. So we need to follow this coastline for a bit, or the edge of the island, southern edge, southern peak, southern point. Sorry, just trying to find the right words. All right, I think we'll be fine. All right. This is kind of cool too. How cool is this? Let's try to fly the proper way with the rudders. Initiating turn to the right. And there, initiating turn to the left. Just with the rudders, you can do this. And what I know, supposed to do that. The other technique with the ailerons. What is that? Something about Dutch. I remember that was something they call it, like a method. Turning that. Yeah, it must be around here. So if the wind comes from the west, we're pretty good actually. We're almost straight into the wind, so no downdraft expected. I mean, I'm pretty close to this mountain here, mountains area. I think this is it. I think this is the bay. We should be looking after the cabin. So I'm gonna do that now. Make a turn over this bay area. Just gonna confirm that. Check the map again. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Supposed to be in the end of it. But I'm gonna do a flyover just to be sure. Always nice to do flyovers. We also do that to see if there is any debris floating around where we are planning to land, like trees or whatever. So it's always nice to do a flyover. It's a good thing. Sadly, such things doesn't exist in a simulator, but it's okay. It's in my mind, and that's good for me right now. Give a little more power. I didn't see any cabin, but I think we're good. I think we should go for it and just taxi into the bay, and I'm sure we'll find it. I think we're gonna burn much more fuel circulating this place. But I actually didn't notice any location. I didn't see any cabin. I didn't see anything there, but I'm sure it's there. Okay. Going to do an approach in a minute. Full RPM. Make sure it's rich. Landing lights on. Gears up. Reduce the speed a bit here. Throttle coming back. Speed coming down. And flaps 30. Coming down. And it's set. Really cool sound there with the flaps. Really cool. Alright. Making a right turn here. Reducing speed a little bit more. I want to be around 100 miles. That is 90 knots. And I'm going to be landing around 80, I think. Maybe 90. We'll see. I'm not sure about that either. Have whatever feels right. Well, this seems plenty. Feels like we have good trim. It feels like a stable approach. Feels really good. Stable approach. Ease up in with the throttle. Coming back with the stick a bit on the yoke. Ah, that was a smooth one. Back, extracting the flaps. No, retracting the flaps. Oh, that sea level just ruined the whole thing. This is ridiculous. All right, full speed ahead. Oh, here we go. There we go. Microsoft in a nutshell. Let's just start. Take off before that. That was ridicule. All right. Let's look for the cabin now, or whatever we will find. Seems to be the right location. So in this case, on the other Goose, it's so nice. There it is. It's so nice to open the window and slide it open, side window, and listen to the engines and the water. It's really nice. Only thing missing is the water splashes, basically. So that effect, that ever gonna take place, that's gonna be so cool. Alright, let's turn towards it. There's a cabin. Oh, sorry for that. A little bad with sleep last night. Had trouble sleeping, so I stayed up late, or early actually, early in the morning. Oh, those mountains didn't look good. This looks good. There. Alright. Let's kill the engine. Engines. starter city, and that should be about it right there. Good, good, good. We reached our destination. Pretty cool little cabin with a canoe, but it doesn't have any wings. My canoe does have, it has wings. Has wings. The Goose. Beautiful. Hiding behind the bushes. I'm pretty sure we're gonna end up on land. Let's just extend the gears here. Yeah, I know this looks ridiculous, but it's fine. We're gonna turn out to the water, but I'm gonna take a little short break. Reason I dropped my gears is I don't want to keep floating into the bush there, because that's gonna be the case, and then I'm not gonna be able to extend the gears, so I might be stuck there. We're just gonna leave it like this. It's shallow waters, let's just say that. And I'm gonna be back in a minute. Stay put. There, I'm back. It appears it got a little darker, so yes, the rain is coming in. And we're gonna continue, but I might change the weights here. Let's see. Because we delivered to 2 places now, so we should have around 500 pounds there. So I just have to remember these numbers here. 4550 is easier to remember than the exact gallon. So 4550, and that's going to be changed when I do this. 500. Yeah, 45, 50. There. Now it's close as can be. Close as it can be. So that's our new weight. We are a little lighter now. Let's check out the next place we're gonna visit. Oh, I forgot the battery. That might be an issue. Let's start one engine though, before it drains. Earlier when I did take short breaks like this, I tended to do that. Like, I couldn't start it. Coming back. Oh, my bad. One more time. Good. Engine number 2. There. Right. Yeah. Let's check the map. Gonna continue going northwest through this channel fjord, and then it seems like we should be turning inwards. Yeah, this was the place when I actually could take a right, because of this berg. Not berg, this was actually a different place, but it might be here though. It's probably where it's at. Alright, so we're gonna turn towards north here and try to exit, or yeah, enter this narrow fjord. That shouldn't be a problem. Alright, let's do it. So I think we can just drop it, push it back into the water a bit. There, that's enough. Also, I forgot about the lights and everything, so everything was on. That was not so good. Flaps 30. Trim for takeoff. I actually can't see the numbers there. Right. There. And change this one to the opposite wing. So between the landings I changed that so I can keep as much balance as possible. There. Alright, let's set up. Can just go straight out here. think it tended to turn towards here, so this is easier to get around like this. Right. Right. Full power coming up. Keep straight as possible. Here we go. Oh, almost. Come on. This weird water thing. Water level. It's probably because of that cabin. It might have to be updated. It might be my mistake, not Microsoft's. It's easy to blame Microsoft though. It's a fun thing to do. All right. $21.32. There we go. Ish. I just keep the landing light on for now because of the bad visibility. Good thing to have it on, I believe. How about protecting the flaps, David? That's a good idea. Thank you for reminding myself. There. Alright. Let's check the map a little fast. I think we should turn right here. And yeah, that's correct because we're gonna go up to Aina 1 and take a left, 90 degrees left up to that fjord over there, because further up we got the point we're gonna deliver to. I think we're good. Nose down or neutralize the trim, reset it. Goose on the loose goose. Spruce goose. That's also a plane I want to try. That big ass seaplane. Thinking it would be really cool to take the Goose down to South America and fly there. Brazil and the whole Central America part would be really cool. Mexico and all the countries south from that. Just gonna check if it's here or if it's the next one. Oh yeah, good thing I didn't turn here because that one ends. It's the next one. Gotta put the radio on just for kicks.
Anchorage Center Golf Oscar,
Yeah,
Oscar Sierra Echo is typed 4 miles west of Alpha November Alpha 11300 feet. Request flight following.
I need to find that setting so I start to use it.
Echo Anchorage Center. Squawk 7136.
7136.
Squawk 7136 Oscar Sierra Echo.
There we go.
Oscar Sierra Echo radar contact 3 miles west of Alpha November Alpha 11,500 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger, Oscar, Sierra,
strong
Echo.
winds here. We're leaning pretty good. Rolling to the right. This is where we go up to this fjord right here. Oh. Right, let's see if we find next location. We're almost there. It's actually just right. Straight ahead, sir. Straight ahead. It's right there. Almost can see from here. No, I cannot. But I think I know this place from before. Might know. We'll see. I will let you know if I recognize it when we get there, of course. It's quite a lot of places I added, so it's really interesting to fly in Alaska, in my opinion. Weather-wise, yeah. So the simulator is kind of plain if you just put it side by side with reality. I'm thinking so it's always nice with extra challenges in the simulator because that makes it more alive and closer to reality that way. Whenever you bump into things that you need to solve or come up with a good solution when you didn't count on things and you sort it out anyway, it's kind of a good feeling. Kill the radio now again. Alright, let's see if we can find anything at all. Just do a flyover. actually gonna take a left turn here and the wing. There. That was kind of hard to correct. Just didn't want to come back up the wing. Full RPM on the props. I kind of need a clue here. Please. Alright, it's inside of that little part. Smaller bay part. Just around the corner here, I guess. Yeah, this one. So it should be in the end of this. So we need to go further over here. That's called the bank angle. A lot of bank angle. Alright, easy now. Oh, no bubble windows. Right. I don't recognize this. I don't see nothing. I can't see anything. So I need to turn around and go back out the same way I can. And here. Technically it should be in here, but I don't think so. I think it's between the trees, just like that last time I didn't find it. When I land, I might spot it anyway. Dropped a little airspeed there, picking it up again. We lost some. Right. I'm actually gonna go with flaps 30. I'm gonna go a little slower here. So I can the lighting is really realistic, and it's also a little harder to locate things down places because of the reflections. I don't see anything down. Oh, there it is. I found the cabin. It's right there under the float. Alright, so that's where we're going. We're gonna go around these islands and come back on the other side, I think, aiming for that passage right there. That's what we're gonna do. Staying on flaps 30. Trim the nose up a little bit, because I'm gonna go easy on the throttle in a bit, taking it back bit by bit. I think I need more space actually, so I'm gonna keep going a little longer. Right, and it's getting more narrow here, so a little more power there. And we're gonna have a crosswind. Potentially from the left we get to the approach here. Right. Landing light set, gears up, flaps set 30. Mixture rich. bouncy. Okay. Flaps coming up. Yeah, crosswinds, so it tends to turn to the left. That makes sense. I love when it does that because it feels more dynamic. It goes into the wind and try to turn on me. Yeah, it's definitely further in. So we're gonna... Should have been step taxiing, but I'm not too familiar with this area, so I better just take it easy and boat myself into this bay. I think that's the proper way to go. It is beautiful. Pretty cool. Yeah, you can tell that we are lighter in the tail now because it starts to float up like that. You can see that final step there. I don't know what it's called, but it's a step anyway. Or the end of the keel, I don't know. Really. And about the step underneath the gears though. That's definitely a step. So that's a little bit annoying to me. Like I said in earlier streams, for me it looks from all the pictures, but those are probably properly loaded and just tend to lean backwards a bit all the time. But this is better than FSX. That one floated like a cork, but you could go into the script and change that, so I could change the level. See, I actually got it to look much way better. And then it looked something like this, so I should be used with this. I'm looking forward to people doing skins for this one, or if they release skins on the marketplace. Doesn't matter to me really. And if I get my hands on a template, I might do skins myself, so I might have. I mean, I love to fly this plane, and I've flown it so many hours earlier, so I know it's worth putting the time into to make liveries. I also made a whole own interior on the one in FSX, the Redux one. Redux, with wooden panels in front of it, wooden panels, and I put up a different map. They have a map like up there, but I put a different map over Alaska there. And what more did I do? Yeah, I had a panel or wood. I put wood on the overhead panel as well. Kind of felt like an old boat. What more did I do? I think that's about it, if I remember correctly. Alright, so something is a little off here. Yeah, the control stopped working. That's what happened. Let's see if I just can kill the engines though. Yes. Alright, so now I got the controls back. Whatever reason that was, I don't know. Let's restart it. Because we didn't make it all the way. Starting engine 2. Yeah, I forgot to reset the... Really, I think there should be pressure already, but fine. If you want me to pump it once, I will. So cute. Alright. Please, engine number 1. Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot. Alright. This looks a little tight. Alright, that was a little too much input. But we'll be fine, I think. Just try to turn around here. There, put a little more to it. I'm gonna start drifting sideways in here, I think. That's my guess anyway. Alright, kill the engines. And we're gonna raise the gears. We're gonna pop up. Oh, I didn't. I did it too late. For some reason it didn't come out all the way. That's interesting. Can I do a pushback? That's interesting. That was kind of cool. Never happened before. Yeah, these windows can't be open at all. Alright, so let's lighten up a little bit more then. Let's say, or 3450. So let's say we got 400 now, 400 pounds. 3450. 34. There. That's our new weight, 6,934 pounds. Takeoff weight, and we're gonna change selected wing for fuel. There. And we're gonna keep going. Let's check the map. I think it's Wrangell now. Wrangell. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's 2L in the end, so I think it's Wrangell. Wrangell? Wrangell. 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 I have no clue. Anyway, there's supposed to be a seaplane part, maybe around the corner. I don't know. I'm gonna check that. But in case there's nothing, I think here should be a seaplane base, or at least a dock. So I'm gonna go here. But in case if there is nothing there, I might have to download it, but I'm not gonna do it now. We're gonna go and land on the airfield. The landing usually works out okay, but then the takeoff, that's what I'm a little... I haven't been able to take off normally with this aircraft even once on the runway, so I lock the tail wheel. I do every procedure as it should be, what I know of, and it still does weird things, and I'm all over the runway, basically, in best case scenario. In worst case, I actually leave the runway sideways, like I don't know what's going on. We'll see. I don't know if it's dynamics or it's me, but this is the only plane that does that with me. So here comes someone over Wrangell. All right. So that's where we're gonna go now, and then I'm gonna take a break. So I probably this is as far as I'm gonna go for now, I think, and we'll see if we keep going in the next stream or if I find somewhere else to fly, like South America or something. We'll see. Or try a different airplane. Yeah, I was talking about the big radials version of the Goose, so maybe I try that one for change and struggle with that one for a while. All right. Okay. We have turned a bit here. That's a little concerning. So let's start number 2 and see if we can do anything about it with the engine power alone. This is seems like I could. Although I have no clue what was behind the aircraft. I probably put the whole tail section into that tree over there, but yeah. Alright, landing light on, gears up, flaps 30, trim set to -1, nose up. Well, that's not -1, that's actually +1, I think. I'm not sure. Anyway, nose up. It's 1 degree nose up, I think. Now you can see the carburetor heats, and they seem normal because they're just a tad over 21, 20. I think they should be around 20. That was not intended. Drifting all around this place. Yes. Well, I think we can start our takeoff right here, so we're not gonna taxi all the way out. Although I'm gonna be aiming for that opening right there. So full throttle, back pressure, right on the ailerons. Oh shoot. I don't know what's going on here, but it feels a little off. Oh, that was not. Not entirely beautiful, no.
Anchorage Center Golf Oscar Oscar Sierra Echo is type 1 miles southwest of Bravo Echo Romeo Golf, 600 feet. Request flight following.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Sierra Echo Anchorage Center. Squawk 4264.
Squawk 4264 Oscar Sierra Echo.
Oscar Sierra Echo radar contact 2 miles west of Bravo Echo Romeo Golf, 1,100 feet. Altimeter 29.92.
Roger Oscar Sierra Echo.
Let's see if the autopilot actually works in this one. I don't think there is any. That's not supposed to be, but the function can be there anyway. So let's just see if it does anything. No, I can't actually change anything. Yeah, no. Nothing. I can't do anything, so that's correct. All right. I can do that in big radials Goose, so it's a bit more efficient and modern in the equipment.
Air 41 climb and maintain 2,600 feet. Climb and maintain 2,600 feet, Air 41.
I don't get any added ATIS on Wrangell. Nothing. It's totally quiet. Well, well, well. Alright.
Papa Alpha Whiskey
Now.
Golf, automated weather
Great.
observation 1900 Zulu. Wind 252 at 12. Visibility niner. Sky condition ceiling 1,700 feet broken. Temperature 15C dew point 13C altimeter 2992.
2992. Yeah, this is the one you do that. Alright. And I would want to have one more because I didn't catch the winds. Let's do this again. No, it doesn't work.
Papa Alpha Whiskey
There.
Golf, automated weather observation 1900 Zulu. Wind 252 at 12.
252.
Visibility
12.
niner. Sky condition ceiling 1,700 feet broken.
So
Temperature
it's 12 knots.
dew point 13C altimeter
52.
2992.
It's exactly coming from. Yeah, so this is where we're gonna be landing, but I'm gonna do a flyover first. Just to see if the seaplane base is there to our left. Although I said we need to refuel, so yeah, I think I'm gonna land on the runway this time. So. Because it's full stop landing.
Tower Golf Oscar, Oscar Sierra, Echo 5 miles southeast, 1,200 feet to land.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Sierra Echo Tower.
There's the airport.
Altimeter
Or,
29 decimal niner,
airfield.
2 winds 252 at 12. Make straight in runway 28.
Straight in runway 28.
Oscar Sierra Echo wind 252 at 12. Clear to land runway 28.
Clear to land runway 28 Oscar Sierra Echo.
Alright. Dropping the gears. And I think I'm gonna keep yeah, how should I'm not sure if I'm go flaps 30 or 60 actually. I think I need to go flap 60. I'm landing on a runway, so I think that's would bring the nose further down and lift the tail. Watch my speed though. Alright, this one. Landing lights on, gears down, mixture rich, both. Flaps 60 coming up. Puppies look right. We're on final approach. trim it a bit. It's about right, I think. Now we're a little low. Yeah, this feels weird. We'll see. Landing speed, say it's around 80 knots. Yeah, it feels right. Between 70 and 80. I would assume. Stop assuming. Let's bounce around a little bit before we actually land. That seems proper. Gonna go around. Flaps 30. Gears coming up.
Tower Oscar Sierra Echo cancel landing intention.
While we're here, I'm gonna turn left and see.
Anchorage Center Golf Oscar Oscar Sierra Echo is type 1 miles northwest of Papa Alpha Whiskey Golf, 200 feet. Request flight following.
Golf Oscar Oscar, Sierra Echo.
I'm looking for the seaplane base here.
Squawk 0457 Oscar Sierra Echo.
I think there should be
Oscar Sierra Echo radar
over here behind this part.
Alpha Whiskey Golf, 400 feet. Altimeter 29.902.
Roger Oscar Sierra Echo.
So this is Rangel. That's 30. Yeah, but no proper dock. So no, we're not gonna turn left here. We're gonna do it the right way. I don't know if they want left traffic or right traffic. I pass the airport. I think I'm gonna go left traffic. The way I remember left traffic is when you pass the airport on your left. And then you take your left for left base. Then turn final. So we're gonna go left traffic and try to. I'm gonna try to land again. Now we get the wind, our tail here. Still flaps 30. I'm gonna keep it that way. There's the runway. It's going to be somewhat of a short final, but I think it's okay. It'll be fine. I'm going to stay away from the mountain here. I think I'm going to turn right now. Flap 60 coming down.
Traffic is 11 o'clock, 4 miles at 700 feet. Report them in sight.
Did I get it?
Oscar Sierra Echo traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 2,000 feet generic. Report them in sight.
It's looking like flaps
4041 have the inside.
30 actually.
Oscar Sierra Echo, have the generic in sight.
Come on, flap 60. It doesn't come down. Well, all right. So the animation might not be working, but the sound sounded twice, so flaps 30 and then flaps. All right, gear down. It's a little slow there. And go for another try. I didn't call out even. I should have done it, but it is what it is now.
E041 traffic is 6 o'clock 4 miles at 0.
Oh my
Report
gosh.
them in sight.
I don't even know if it's supposed to be like this. I'm like all over the place, really.
E041 have the in sight.
All right. And the takeoff is gonna be even worse, so. Landing light off. Pitot heat off. Flaps retracted in a moment.
E041, you are 400 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 2,000
should we
feet
park?
altimeter,
Maybe over here.
29 liner 2.
To the right, I think. Because I didn't ask
Descend and
for
maintain 2,000 feet
permission.
E041.
They'll probably not be waiting for me either. Like, it was not supposed to land, so you don't have the right to be here. Anyway, so this was a 2-hour stream. I think we're good with that. Maybe I keep going later, or I find somewhere else to fly, depending on the interest. I love doing that, but I love flying pretty much everywhere, so it doesn't matter. So if you want me to fly somewhere in North or South America, welcome to come up with suggestions, and I will read and consider. Right. Parking brake. Set. Engines off. Mixtures off. All the way back. Magnetos off. Carburetor heat cold. Fuel valve closed. Closed for right wing, closed for left wing. And kill all the lights too, and generators and batteries are off. Yeah, I think we're good. I'm gonna save this flight right here, and I'm probably gonna lose the flight plan because that was usually the case before. So that's for try. See, and if I keep doing this, then I will definitely stream it. Just gonna take a look of this cool aircraft / canoe. Oh, hang on. The buildings weren't here before. They actually popped up afterwards. If I'm right. I'm not sure, but I think so. So good thing I wouldn't I kept on going straight forward because I had that planes as a reference, so it's okay. All right, I'm gonna save this right here. As a flight, Alaska flight there, and see you in the next stream.